As regular viewers will know, I've always claimed that a well-maintained mechanical gear system is every bit as good as Di2 electronic gears. But recent comments from viewer Romans58 has raised some very interesting points. In his comments to my film 6 Things No One Told You About Di2, Romans58 outlines various points why he thinks Di2 has the advantage over mechanical. In this film, I'll attempt to paraphrase those points as best I can. If configured properly, Di2 shifting is much faster than mechanical. Because it's motors and electronics, Di2 is pretty much instant, whereas mechanical relies on tension in a cable being increased, which takes a little longer. For most regular riders, this isn't a massive advantage, but in a race situation, it could potentially be a big deal. While it's true that a well-maintained mechanical group set will work equally well, the well-maintained bit is important. Even the most high-end mechanical system will suffer from cable stretch from time to time, and this will need to be adjusted for it to work properly. The more someone rides, the more frequently this and other maintenance such as replacing cables will need to be carried out. If someone is not able or not confident enough to do this themselves, this also represents an additional expense at the bike shop. Di2, on the other hand, just needs to be kept clean and the battery charged for it to work perfectly every time. Di2 allows some things that are physically impossible with mechanical. One is remote shifters. In addition to the regular shifters on the hoods, it's also possible to have additional ones in positions that are suited for different types of riding. For instance, climbing shifters on the bars and sprint shifters on the drops. Having these installed means that you don't have to move your hands away from their climbing or sprinting positions if you need to change gear. Another is the ability to have the Synchronous Shift firmware update, which essentially makes the front derailleur shift automatic as you select your gear on the rear derailleur. Because of the strength and consistency of the motors and Di2's trimming function, it allows you to do some things that would cause a few issues with a mechanical system. For instance, shifting both derailleurs at the same time, shifting under load, and cross-chaining. Mechanical group sets can only be updated by replacing parts. Di2, on the other hand, can be updated via firmware, which allows functionality and customization to be added easily and without the need for any replacement parts. This is performed simply by plugging your Di2 system into a computer and installing the updates from Shimano. These are clear advantages that Di2 has over traditional mechanical gear systems, but I think they have to be viewed with regards to how much practical use they are versus the cost. I personally love the ability to shift the front and rear derailleur at the same time, but that's just me. I'd be very interested to hear what everyone else thinks, so please drop me a comment. So thank you Romans58 for the comments, thank you for watching, and if you'd like to get the most out of your cycling, please subscribe for my regular weekly upload, where I'll be giving you all kinds of tips and tricks.